So we're trying to define the word reactant and the word product, and we're trying to understand what it really means when we write this reaction, when we write these chemical reactions. If it's a word equation or a symbol equation, in general, what does it mean, this arrow and so on. A lot of people confuse them with mathematical equations. They're not quite the same. The plus means is probably better to be thought of as and as opposed to plus. Oops, there we go. So on the left in pink, we could say that these two are the reactants, and what they're doing is they're just, that this is what's happened. This is the situation before the reaction. So we can imagine this reaction is like a three-part story, if you like. Part one, we have the reactants just sitting around. They've got a carbon atom and an oxygen molecule. And part two, a reaction takes place. Okay, so this is the process of the reaction. Now, what we can imagine in that is that they're separated into individual atoms. Okay, I think you can call these free radicals, but anyway, actually forget about that. That's a bit too advanced. Point is, they are separated, and they're going to recombine to produce this thing here, which is the product. Okay, so what I can do is I'll copy that down here, and I'll show you kind of what's going on. Oops, kind of what's going on there. So if we group that and that and that, then they kind of form something new. And now we have a product. So let's colour that in green. So we start off here with the reactants, and then this is them breaking apart. So we can imagine that's what's happening at the arrow. And then part three, they have made the product. Yeah. So that's really it. Don't confuse it. Substrate is a special word that in this case it's kind of the same as the reactant, but substrate is really the word used in biology when we're talking about something about the enzyme breaking apart the substrate, and the substrate, because of that, would be the reactant, because it's, as you can see, we are breaking apart something, and the thing that's going to be broken apart will be the product. We're describing a reaction here. Something is starting off as something and becoming something else. So the thing that is starting off is going to be broken down into something else, and so the bit at the start is the reactant, and the bit at the end is the product. But the difference being is that we need something extra to help it along, and that's what the enzyme is. So an enzyme is just a natural catalyst. A catalyst is anything that helps a reaction to happen, or we could probably say a biological catalyst. Well, yeah, a biological catalyst. So it happens in our bodies in this case. Anyway, I hope that's a bit clearer.